Hey everybody, Chris Punsalan here, back with another video. Before we get started, let's address a couple of the elephants in the room. First of all, yeah, I don't know either. And second of all, I just went to the orthodontist the other day. They gave me these things called bite turbos, which impede my speech a little bit and makes it hard for me to close my mouth. That's the furthest I can go, so I do have a little bit of a lisp. So if you see me trying really hard to speak, it's because I'm trying really hard to speak. So a couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with the homie LLusion, who is a music producer and content creator. Over the last month, he's been uploading videos on TikTok, and he's been absolutely blowing up. He's gone from 1,000 subscribers to about 100,000 in less than a month, and his view count is absolutely insane compared to what it was before he started making content on TikTok. Here's how he's been killing it. So when you make a video on TikTok, you have the option to use the original sound, which is the sound from the actual video, or you can choose to use music as your quote-unquote sound. A lot of people on this platform like to use sounds that are popular on TikTok so they can join the current trends and ultimately get more views. So instead of doing dances, collabs, or those pointing to text type of TikToks, LLusion plays a snippet of the current trending sound, then immediately plays a remix he made of that sound. Ooh. Then his next post will be the actual remix, so people can use LLusion's sound as their sound, which will help get his name and his music out there. Where is out there? I'm not really sure. The concept is super simple, but because he executes it well, the music is good, and he's one of the only producers to do it this way. In my eyes, or in this case, in my third eye, he's winning. So that's why I chose to give him a call to talk about his recent success, TikTok, and other producer-related things. The conversation lasted about 2 hours, but I cut it down, then cut it down again, and kept the bits that I thought would be most valuable to you guys. If you'd like to watch the entire conversation, it's linked in the description below. But before we get into it, I'd like to thank Skillshare for making today's video possible. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with more than 25,000 classes in music production, Photoshop, photography, and more. Premium membership gives you unlimited access so you can join the classes and communities that are right for you and your goals. Whether you want to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving in 2019. Skillshare is also super affordable, whoa, and an annual subscription is less than $10 a month. So join more than 7 million creators learning with Skillshare. I have a link in the description, and the first 500 people to click that link will get a free 2-month trial. Try it out. Let me know. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video and helping pay the bills. Let's get into the conversation. Yo.
Punsalan.
Where did you get the idea to start, I guess, like flipping these songs? Like, because you started doing that on YouTube and not, like, this was way before TikTok.
So huge shout out to Aries. For anyone who's not listening, man, Aries is definitely one of like the first YouTube creators that, or YouTube producers that really started a lot of this. And he made a video called, I think it was it Post Malone? Is Post Malone or Childish Gambino? I know he did both of those, but he got that classic 24/7 lo-fi radio image of that girl studying and put the face on it and was like, if Post Malone made lo-fi hip-hop. And something about that was like, this is incredible. Like, you could, this little kernel of an idea could be spread out to so much more, right? So I always try to, like in interviews or comments or whatever, I'm always trying to give huge like respect to Aries. I'm not trying to like steal anything, you know. He just inspired me to make more of those types of videos because he only did like 2 of them, and I was like, I want to capitalize on it because it's such a great easy thumbnail. I did like 3 videos in the course of like almost a year of me doing those lo-fi videos until I realized, you know what, out of all my videos, these are the ones that are getting the most traction. And you remember at that time the most traction was like, maybe this video had 300 more views than the other, you know what I'm saying? So it was very low to really see and judge it. But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna rock with it. They're fun to make, they're easy. I mean, obviously working with certain artists and vocalists would be an absolute dream. Like, first person that comes to my mind is like LLusion. Like, I would die to like work with her or something like that, you know? But for the most part, man, like, you know, like getting a Drake placement is easily like the farthest thing from my list. You know what I'm saying? Like from my top list, stuff like that. Like I'm not really huge interested in like working with artists at the moment, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be doing the same thing for so long. But yeah, I think just right now, like I really just like, because something that I know you can relate to, it's like I overproduce constantly. Like I love adding as many instrumentals as possible, instruments as possible and layers and everything. And I know like that's where I get inspiration from you, because you do that all the time. And I think, you know, people that, you know, say like, oh, less is more, it's true. And it works for vocalists, you know, but like I don't like limiting my sound. So when I do these remixes, I can throw a whole bunch of different melodies on top of a Comethazine acapella, and like I'm cool with it. But obviously there's no way in hell I would send that beat to Comethazine or anybody and they'd be like, yeah, dude, let me hop on, you know?
Like, yeah, I'd love to work with Drake or Kendrick or any artist that I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I really enjoy like making these videos and just uploading them like just the way they are. And I just think it just proves that there's just different ways to go about making music and being a successful quote unquote producer. Like you don't have to go the traditional route of working with artists in the studio. Like you could literally be in your bedroom making videos or just making beats and putting them out and making a living that way. Like there's no traditional way anymore.
Really, in this recent, you know, blow up season, this recent success, man, I'm even thinking to myself like, dude, like, do I even deserve this? Like there's producers that are literally grinding out like 20 beats a day in their bedroom, type beats or whatever, and they might not be getting hurt or something, you know? Like, bro, like I'm not gonna front right now. I make maybe like 3 beats a week, bro. Like I do not make a lot of music just because I'm so busy editing YouTube videos, or I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got like a wife and 2 dogs that are literally like children, and you know, so they take up a lot of my time in a positive way. But you know, I'm just not one of those people just like lock the door, make beats, blah blah blah.
I think that's interesting because I feel the same way. Like I know a lot of producers that do spend way more time making music than I do, and I feel like I spend a majority of my time editing. Like I feel like a majority of my time isn't even on the music, which is like the bread and butter of what I do, but it's mostly on like editing.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, bro, because I'm about to freaking roast you, because I just don't get you, man. Like I look at the type of person you are. I watch your videos, right? And especially like I don't know how many people listen to the podcast, but I listen to the pod every episode, right? So I'm familiar with the type of person and lifestyle that you live, and yet you are like so nonchalant about the beats that you make. Like, bro, you're easily one of the best producers on YouTube. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, the amount of diversity that you have with the beats and the quality of them and the production style and just the amount of layers that you have and all this type of stuff, man. Like,
going back to making content. So like what made you want to go on TikTok and start making content there?
I was a huge Vine head, like back in the day. Like Vine in my high school was freaking the best thing ever. Like it was great. So now that TikTok is kind of like the quote unquote new Vine, or like the best new thing or whatever, I remember looking at it with all these other comedians roasting about it and all these people talking trash on it. And I was agreeing. I was like, yo, dude, this is like whack. This is all cringy, right? Blah, blah, blah. But then my sister-in-law, she made a TikTok, and she literally she was like painting on like a pair of jeans. Like she painted Rick and Morty on like a pair of jeans, and she put like a used sound on TikTok for it, and it did really well. It got like 11,000 likes, and I was like, whoa. And then she did more. I was like, yo, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like a new thing or whatever, and I want to get more into it. I was like, there has to be something here. And I was like, okay, but I'm gonna follow that same Vine platform, where Vine was 6 seconds, and I know you can upload up to like 1 minute on TikTok. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep all my videos 10 seconds or less. And yeah, man. So my first beat was a Jonas Brothers remix. I did If Jonas Brothers Were SoundCloud Rappers, and I did it over like a Juice WRLD type beat, and like surprisingly sounded like really good. And I went to a good friend a party of hers, and she like played it, and like a lot of people were like, yo, bro, like this is like really cool. I don't remember the exact plays and likes it got or whatever, but I remember it did really good, to the point where I did another one the next day, and that one did really bad. That got like nothing. I was like, okay, maybe this TikTok thing is like a total hit or miss or whatever. And then I posted one more. It was an Ariana Grande 7 Rings Lo-Fi Flip. And once I released that and I saw how well it did within like a few hours, I was like, okay, there's something here. Even though all this has happened in literally 3 weeks, which is just mind blowing, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel lucky because, as you know, I've been grinding consistently, nonstop for the past year and a half on YouTube with a dedicated concept of videos, and I believed in my content, and I could have easily given up, man. You know how many times I was like thinking like, dude, if you really look at my videos and you look at how low my sub count is and my views, you could be like, bro, this fool's wasting his time. The thing that kept me going was like, if I'm not doing YouTube, like what else am I gonna do? Like, this is it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go to college. I absolutely hated school with an absolute passion. Like, I don't know how you felt about high school, but man, like the day I graduated was like the greatest day of my life. And
Right.
So I was just like, dude, if I don't do YouTube, like there's nothing else.
Yeah, and I think probably the most important thing to remember for like anybody listening, I think it's just to know like what do you want to happen from it. And I hate to reference Gary Vee because I feel like at this point it's kind of cliche to reference Gary Vee, but it's really true. Like if you think about like what you want to happen, like what kind of result do you want from the work that you're doing, and if you understand that and you work backwards of like obtaining that goal, that's the best way to go about it. And that's how you know if you're working hard and smart at the same time. Do you want to get a placement with Drake? Cool, maybe you should make 10 beats a day and you should have folders on deck. Do you want to be like popping on YouTube? Okay, maybe making 10 beats a day isn't the best because it's going to take away time from editing.
Dude, 100%, man. That's a great point, man. Yeah, I've never thought, because like easily, like if someone jumped me in a studio right now and was like, yo, man, you can meet with Drake, play him some beats, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to, you know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't my goal, you know what I'm saying? But my goal was to, you know, I don't want to say make it on YouTube, but obviously to get to a certain following to the point where I can lead to making a living off of this.
So here are my 2 biggest takeaways from that conversation that I had with LLusion. Number 1, there are so many different avenues to becoming a successful producer nowadays. You don't have to be in the studio working with other vocalists. You also don't have to be on YouTube promoting yourself the way that I do. The beauty of the time that we're living in now is that you have tons of options and that you're not limited to one. I kind of just said the same thing twice. Number 2, figure out what you want, then work backwards. For example, if you're trying to become a successful producer, then you need to set aside time to create content and edit videos. I don't think attending beat battles and beat showcases every night is going to help your YouTube career, unless of course you film them and edit them and make them YouTube videos. But my point is, you have to figure out exactly what it is that you want to happen from the work that you're putting in. That way you can map out exactly the things that you have to get done so you can get the results that you want. Those are the 2 things that I learned from this conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope my lisp and third eye were not too bothersome for you in this video. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you guys want to see next in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. See you all later. Peace.
Do you mind if I go to the restroom real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. Hold it back.
Come on, bro. You gotta pee. Who wants to pee? Who has time to pee? Come on, bro.